control that productivity is very important. Final point. Why do kids, studies have shown, indulge in games like Fortnite? As you know, Islamic Republic recently came out with a game countering Fortnite. Countering it. So those are good things. In other words, we can come up in a creative way to create systems where our next generations, their addictions, quote unquote, can be taken in positive directions. So that they come out stronger in knowledge. They can come out better in the Quran, better in their social skills, but using technology. So let's not throw the hands in the air and say, oh, technology is bad, it's haram, it's shaitan. No, it's not. Technology is not shaitan. It's a rahmah, it's a barakah. But we need to know how to use it just like food, just like a knife in the kitchen. We need to know how to manage it in a strategic, careful way. So research has shown that the reason kids love to get on the joystick and they get into a play world, partly it's an escape mechanism. Typically, kids who get involved in gaming are the ones who are deprived of common love. Either the father especially, by the way, with sons, I must stress this, in my research for years, coming from child psychology studies, I find that boys especially suffer with a lot of what we call self-efficacy, meaning they don't have confidence in themselves when fathers don't play an important role. Very, very important. I cannot stress it, please. Those of us who are fathers, with our daughters and sons, embrace the sons. Sit with them. Talk to them. Befriend them. Let them look up to you. Many of fathers in our Eastern world are very rigid. We don't express love. We don't hug. It's this transactional to son. Don't touch me. This is wrong. Children lack love after that. Then they feel very deficient. They don't like to be proactive because they are lacking that connection with their connection, their parents. Fathers who hug their sons, there's a barakah in that. The son feels empowered. They go out, you can see they're not afraid. And I've done a lot of research in that area. I don't have time to discuss it. But when we are busy making money, now sometimes we have to. It's a survival issue. But please, there is no money in the world that can compensate the responsibility of a father and a mother to a child. Please. We just went today to an orphanage on the outskirts of Dar es Salaam. And as we are driving, there's a brother who came visiting here from the States. I said, what do you think of all this? Look at all this poverty. He said, there's a lot of poverty here, but they're all smiling. They're happy. They're carrying, one chicken together. They're happy. There's a sense of peace. In the Western world, kids are in fancy cars coming out of their own little seat, and they plug in and they're connected to the world. And you can see, I remember a mother dropping her daughter off at our school. She came screeching in her big 100,000 SUV. Fast. She is now texting while driving. The daughter is texting, no conversation. She stops and I'm watching. Daughter opens the door, comes out, slams the door, is walking towards me, and for a split second, Assalamu alaikum. And then she gets back. That image tells me all. This child doesn't talk to the mother. She's in her own little world trying to achieve her glory online. This one is in her own world trying to achieve her glory online. The more likes she gets, and this one, the more likes she gets. But there's no happiness. I've seen mother, father, sons, and daughters sitting on a dining table, no conversation, and they're texting each other. I've seen sons text their fathers. The father says, my son doesn't talk to me, he texts me. I say, he's right there. He says, yeah, I know, but he doesn't talk to me. That's a problem. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what kind of a palace you live in. I don't care if you have a private jet. You're a failure. If you can't keep your son, your family together with happiness, what good is it? Subhanallah. Right? So I see them and I see this. I said, wow, there's happiness here. They can't afford these fancy tools. But they're also saved from drug addiction many a times. They have to go to the well and pick up the water. And it's a simple fact that if they get one little meal on the day, they have succeeded. I said, it's abject poverty, but there is internal inner peace in this. We don't have it. We've become so sophisticated today that children are developing all kinds of characteristics that are problematic, leading them to become suicidal, drug addicted. Parents are spending $10,000 a week to get their children out of addiction. You know, they go to these rehab centers, which are all useless. $10,000 a week. I've seen fathers giving cash, $10,000. That's astronomical in this standards, even by United States standards. What do the parents do? Well, what am I going to do? The solution was very simple. At young age, connect. Sit with your child. Smile with them. Let not the distractions of the world get to you. Wealth, power, glitter, glory. Leave them. Shake hands with your child. Sit with your family. Talk. Talk politics. Talk religion. What happened today? What happened in school today? What did your friends say? Tell me, what did you learn? Maybe I can learn something. How about we read a book together? Or you read, you tell me what you read. I'd like to know the story. Reiterate it to me, please. You might think it's very basic, but if there is a solution to our problems, it's right there. Now, indulge in God consciousness. Indulge in reminding about duties. Indulge in the meaning of life in salah and dua. Simple, nothing major. Or just pray together. Let the father lead. Let the mother hold the children. Hold them within the moral prescriptions. It's priceless. Why do children go into those games? Because they're deprived of love. We have kids who come to our school. Parents are begging, put my son in your school. We're very selective at our institution in Wise. Said, no, we're going to study him. If this child fulfills our projections, we will accept him. Many a times I see the father is willing to throw money. I said, no. The father said, I'll pay any money. I said, no. I'd rather you save that money and you go spend time with your son and build a relationship and then come back to us. For what good is it to throw money at us when there's a disconnection? You're going to keep breaking this child and we're going to keep fixing it? It doesn't work that way. Go fix them from the root. As we say, the fruits don't fall far from the tree. The tree are the parents. If they can't handle it, you're done. So let me conclude on this. The reason children get into these gaming worlds is because they have nothing else. This is their legal escape. They're connecting with kids in Russia, in China, in America, in Africa, all over the world. They're trying to gain some notoriety in a world of cyberland where they can pretend to be something they're not. But here's the real